Hello, I am on Regent's Road today. So this is another Burke and Hare short video. So we've come to this building just opposite, although we're not actually really talking about this building rather than the building that was here before. So this was the site of the Calton Jail. Calton Jail, gotta remember there's not an R in that, where Burke was held before his trial and execution. Now, there isn't very much of the jail left. There is the retaining wall around the back, which we were going to have a look at, and there is the governor's house, which I will show you as well. Now, that's officially what is left. Unofficially, I have heard that what is regarded as the death cell. So this was the place where people who were going to be executed spent their last night. I have heard that that cell still exists. So I will pop inside in a minute and see if I can get that confirmed or denied. Uh, and then on the back of that, when we go to see the wall around the back, apparently you can see the window for this cell. Now I've had a look online, and there's a few windows, so I'm going to see if they can clarify which window it is as well. I don't know if they will or not. We'll see. I will say though, this is a government building. I will be able to go inside. I won't be able to film, and I might get kicked out, but we'll see. Right, anyway, that's the start of this video. I'll tell you a bit about the building that's here now, and then we'll do the history. Right, so the details of the current building that's here. So this is St Andrew's House. As I said, it's HQ of the Scottish Government. Built in 1939. At the time, it was the largest metal-framed building in Europe. There you go. One other fact about this, which I love, the architect, Thomas S. Tate, he also designed the pylons for Sydney Harbour Bridge. Not the bridge, but the pylons. I love that fact. It's brilliant. Right, as I said before, I'm going to pop inside, see if I can get my questions answered, and then we'll come back out and show you what I can, the remnants. Okay, I am back outside. So the chap that I spoke to inside couldn't have been more than helpful. He is in charge of the building, so he knows every corner inside and out. He said there is no cell remaining in there, but on the lower levels there are sort of old walls that were obviously something, but you couldn't distinguish what they are at all. There's no like doorways or plans or anything like that. It could be anything. But yeah. So he's also pointed out where the governor's house is. So we're going to have a look at that. Excuse me, there's a bus just starting his engine behind me, so hopefully you can still hear me. There is an interesting fact on this board outside though. It opened within 24 hours of the Second World War outbreak. Yeah, they wanted to get straight to working. Yeah, the royal opening was cancelled, and the plans for a roof garden were abandoned. There we go. And then a month later, they were actually watching dogfights from the windows. There we go, fantastic. Now, if I head towards Waterloo Place, which starts just there, we've got two things. We've got the car park, which we can't go in, but we can see it probably from where we are. There are at least 10 bodies underneath this car park, 10 prisoners who were executed on the site, and then, yeah, their remains are somewhere around that way. And that is the governor's house. Again, we can't get to it because it is government building. So should I be filming it? Really, probably not. Right, I've just popped into the old burial ground. I wasn't intending to do this, but it looks as though this is the closest we're going to get to the governor's building, at governor's house. So we'll do that. Yeah, why not? So just around here, yeah, we'll get a bit close to it. Oh, there we go. I hadn't actually expected to get this close to this. I'll do this respectfully because these are graves, but let's come in here. We'll do it. There we go. Touch the piece of history. The old jail wall. Okay, let's see what's around this way. We're right up and close and personal with the building. There you go. That's as close as we're going to get to the governor's building. Right there. Cool. And there's another information board on this side of the building. It's got a bit about the prison here. There's a nice quote. By far the worst prison in Scotland, cold, silent, and repellent. Its discipline was harsh and the diet atrocious. Yeah, I'd read that apparently they had cold porridge quite a lot. This is a so this quote is actually from a prisoner who, a conscious objector who was held here during the First World War. So there you go. And there's actually a photo. I will find a better one as well. There's a photo of what the jail exercise yard used to look like. And a nice fact here, or a nice fact, the last hanging took place here in 1864, and 20,000 people crowded on the hillside behind you to watch George Bryce being executed for murdering a nursemaid. Yeah, I think he's one of the people who are buried in the car park. Yeah, and then it's the hillside behind us. 20,000 people on there. Wow. I'm going to take one of my favourite Edinburgh shortcuts now. We're going to go down Jacob Ladder. Uh, I think I filmed on here before. Certainly, yeah, I think I have. Yeah, it's pretty steep, but you get this great shot of the train station, if that's your thing. Yeah, so we're heading for Market Street. You can sort of make out through these trees there's a cow there, and then just sort of beyond that is a Market Street. That's where we're heading to have a look at the wall. But you can see a bit more of it from here. Okay, I'm just going to have to talk over the train announcement, I think. So I don't know if that classes as a window. That up there, I'm going to zoom in. I don't know if that classes as a window, but it's possibly a window. I think at Market Street we'll get a better view of this, I think. I'm a bit further down. No, that is not a window because you can see daylight through it. I mean, that would just be the wall. Probably be the yard, the other side of that, maybe. I don't think that was a window. Okay, this is cool. Definitely the last time I heard this was not lit up, but yeah, they've got these working again. The neon lights, fantastic. Okay, I'm around Market Street now. So there's the back of the building. I actually want to be up there on top of Edinburgh Gin, I think, to get a better shot of this. It's not seeing much from this angle. Right, so Jeffrey Street is actually the best place to get a view, not Market Street. So here we go. Right, we've got the cemetery, so that's where we touch the wall. There's the governor's house, and then there's the retaining wall. That is the remnants of the jail. So this story about the window that was uncovered when they were removing ivy. So the guy inside didn't know anything about it. He says it's a myth. So now if we take that into consideration, I mean, why were they clearing ivy from that wall in the first place? I suppose ivy does damage walls, but that's a mission to get up there to do that. Yeah. I'm going to move along a little bit. Right, that's a little better. So I'm going to zoom in. There is a couple of windows in that wall there. I mean, they're way too big to be for a cell. When I was looking online as well, if I swing over this way, so this was the sort of area where I was thinking it was more likely to be, and I can't see anything from here. Yeah, I mean, I googled this, and I found references to the ivy being removed and the death cell window being found, but no specifics other than that. It's not which window is it, whereabouts is it, and the guy inside who knows that building inside out said no. So unless anyone can shed any light onto that, you know, a newspaper article, anything, personal anecdote, were you the guy that removed the ivy? Get in touch. But otherwise, I think that's probably a myth. There's no window. Right. That being said, there's one more remnant of the jail we can go and see. Now, unfortunately, we're going to have to go to a pub to do that. And I think out of courtesy, I'll have to have a pint on there. So I'm taking one for the team. Right, so I am now on the grass market. And I've just realised I've neglected to give any facts about the prison whatsoever. So I'll do that now before we head to the pub. So the jail was built between 1815 and 1817. And it actually opened in 1817 as well. Closed in 1925 and was demolished in the 1930s to make way for St Andrew's House. So it was the largest prison in Scotland when it was built. It replaced the toll booth on the Royal Mile, and itself was replaced by Stockton Prison. Now, there's actually a couple of Birkenhead locations here, but I'm only doing one. So today we're going to the Beehive. Right, so this is the Beehive pub. So on the first floor, they have the cell door from the death deal. So we're going to have a look at that if we can, and we'll have a pint as well. Okay, just coming upstairs, see if I can find the door. Oh, and here it is, right in front of us. So this is the door of the condemned cell removed at the time of the demolition of the Calton Jail, Edinburgh. Right, let's give it a touch. Touch the history. There we go. So I do know, nobody knows how it got here. There's no record of who went and got it and brought it here. Why did they bring it here? Obviously, a curiosity. They're being tourists in, I guess. It's brought me here. So, and the door doesn't open, doesn't function. On the other side, there's just a room with diners, which I believe we go through there to get into. But I'm gonna not go in there because there's no point in seeing the other side of the door. It's gonna look the same. But there you go. So yeah, right, we're gonna walk through this door. One of the last things we did. Okay, well that was a very nice pint of Guinness in there, I have to say. Right, so if you're coming, go through this door here, straight on, and then you get to a staircase and head on up. You can't miss the door. It's really obvious. Yeah, fantastic stuff. Right, that's been Calton Jail and everything that remains. Yeah, okay, bye.